Today's topic for discussion is a description of a flowering plant. Its botanical name is Cassia tora. This Cassia tora, it is commonly called as coffee pod. Okay, and its family is Cisalpinaceae. This plant is a herb which is very common in rainy season. Everywhere it grows on open land and it is very commonly occurs in tropical regions of the world. It is a common annual field weed and it is a weed plant. Grow everywhere in rainy season. It is very common. It occurs throughout India. At Karnataka it is called as Tarvata. And the leaves of this Tarvata plant, that is Cassia tora, the tender leaves are cooked as vegetable and this is very commonly eaten vegetable in Karnataka and it is a medicinally important plant. Next, the family of Cassia tora is Cisalpinaceae family. And how is the habit and habitat? Habit, it is a mesophyte plant, mesophytic, because it requires moderate amount of water. It is an annual herb. Every year it grows and it is also common in crop fields. Okay. How is the stem? Stem is cylindrical and woody at basal region but green at the upper branches are green, and aerial shoot is green and it is erect and branched. Okay. Root system is highly branched and it is a taproot system, because if the taproot system is there, then it is the member of dicot plant. Next, this is the leaf of Cassia tora, the member of Cisalpinaceae. The leaf is pinnately compound, but it is described as peripinnate compound leaf. Peripinnate compound leaf. Compound leaf is having rachis, petiole, rachis and leaflets. Okay, these three parts are important in compound leaf. But this compound leaf of Cassia tora, it is described as peripinnate because there are even number of leaflets in the leaf. Okay, hence it is described as peripinnate compound leaf. And one more word used here, pulvinate. What is pulvinate? A cushion shaped. Shape of the leaflet. Entire leaf is a cushion shaped. And how many leaflets are there? Here there are 3 pairs of leaflets, but 3 to 5 pairs of leaflets occur in Cassia tora family Cisalpinaceae. Okay, glands are present between the leaflets. And how is the shape of leaflet? Shape of leaflet is ovate, oval shaped, and it is green in color. And the compound leaf is having petiole. Hence the leaf is described as petiolate. And even the leaflets are having small petioles. The leaflet of the petiole like structure of leaflet is described as petiolule. Means it is also petiolate. Okay. Venation, how is the venation of the leaf? Venation is reticulate unicostate. Reticulate venation means it is a network of venation is there. What is unicostate? That means it is having only one distinct rib or only one distinct midrib or ridge. Okay. Leaflet is having only one ridge or only one main vein or midrib. Therefore, it is reticulate unicostate venation. Okay. How is the phyllotaxy in the plant? Phyllotaxy, the leaves are arranged alternately on the stem and branches. Okay. It is a phyllotaxy is alternate. Phyllotaxy means arrangement of the leaves on the stem. It is alternate. Okay. How is the margin of leaflet? It is in continuation. It is entire margin. Entire margin. And apex of the leaf is acute. Okay. and base of the leaf is obtuse. What is obtuse? Obtuse base means it is not pointed, it is not narrow. Obtuse means it is not pointed. Base of the leaflet is not pointed. That is described in taxonomy, that obtuse leaf base, and apex is acute, that is pointed. And in this leaf, see in the photograph, there is a pair of stipule. Stipules are present. When the stipule is present in the leaf, that leaf is described as stipulate leaf in taxonomy. Okay. Stipule is cadcus. One more word is there. Stipule is cadcus. What is the meaning of cadcus? That means the stipule shed off very early stage of development. Shed off, fell off. Okay. Such stipules are described as cadcus. How is the texture? Texture of the leaf is smooth and soft. Next. This is the description of peripinnate compound leaf. Just I described, but again I will tell you. The compound leaf is having leaflets arranged on both sides from base to top of the rachis. There are equal number of leaflets on both the sides on main rachis. Such even number of leaflets occur in peripinnate type of compound leaf. Okay, this is the definition of peripinnate compound leaf. Next, this is the photograph is given, that is the inflorescence of Cassia tora family Cisalpinaceae. Inflorescence is axillary raceme type of inflorescence occurs. And what is racemose type of inflorescence? It is a type of inflorescence, it is a type of flower group. In this, there is a central stalk of flowering axis which is called peduncle. The peduncle is elongated. On the peduncle, number of pedicels pedicels of approximately equal length is borne or situated, and youngest flowers are placed or situated at the basal region of peduncle. Such and this flowering axis, that is inflorescence, initiated from the axil of the leaf. Hence it is axillary racemose type of inflorescence that occurs in Cassia tora family Cisalpinaceae. Next slide. This is the flower of Cassia tora. Very beautiful. See in the photograph, it is a complete flower because calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium all are present in this flower. So it is a complete flower, and it is having a bract at the basal region of the flower. See this in the flower, the bract is there. When bract is present in the flower, that means at the base of the flower, such type of flower is described as bracteate flower. And the bract is linear, shape of the bract is linear, and it is cadcus. Cadcus bract means again that bract shed off early in the early stage of development. Very early during the development, the bract fell off or shed off naturally, and that is called that is described as this type of nature described as cadcus. Cadcus bract is there. Okay, and flower is having stalk, that is pedicel. Hence such flowers are described as pedicellate flower in taxonomy. And the flower symmetry is not this flower is, when you divide this flower, two equal parts are not formed. Therefore it is the zygomorphic flower. Okay, and sexuality is bisexual. We have written here. Why it is bisexual? Because androecium male part of the flower, gynoecium female part of the flower, both are present in the flower. Such flower is described as hermaphrodite or bisexual. Bi means two. Okay, how is the position of ovary? Hypogynous ovary. Hypogynous means ovary is superior. Hypo means upper. Okay, hypogynous means ovary is superior. Superior ovary, when it is called superior ovary, because when the calyx, lobes, that is sepals, petals, stamens, they originate they initiate or originate or grow from the base of the ovary. That ovary is described as superior ovary or hypogynous ovary. See that thalamus is absent in this flower. There is no thalamus. And how is the color of the flower? Color of the flower is beautiful yellow color. Okay. Next. This is the calyx, first whorl of the flower. It consists of sepals. How many sepals are present in Cassia tora? In the family Cisalpinaceae. Sepals in the flower of Cassia tora are 5. See in the photograph, there are 5 sepals and they are free. They are not united. If the sepals are free, that is described as polysepalous condition. Oh, okay. And color is yellowish green. Color of sepal is yellowish green. And estivation is imbricate quincunxial. Already I had discussed above. Okay. Sepal size. See the sepal size. All the 5 sepals, they are variable in size and shape. And odd sepal is anterior in position. Okay. Next. This is the corolla of Cassia tora. And the corolla consists of petals. How many petals are there? There are 5 petals. And petal is having a small stalk-like structure that is called claw. Clawed petals are there. And these petals are free. Free petals are described as polypetalous in taxonomy. Okay. Odd petal is posterior, which is small. Okay. Color of petals is yellow color. Beautiful yellow. And the petals are free. I told you polypetalous condition. Estivation is ascending imbricate estivation. What is ascending imbricate estivation? In this case, the odd petal is posterior and completely inside, and one of the anterior petal is completely outside, and remaining 3 petals are having one edge outside and other edge inside to the adjacent petal. Such type of arrangement of the petals in the corolla is described as ascending imbricate. The estivation is described as ascending imbricate. What is estivation? Arrangement of the petals in the flower, in the corolla. Next, this is the photograph of androecium of Cassia tora, Cisalpinaceae family. There are 10 stamens, and here in some flower we got 10 stamen. No, not 10 stamen. Few where sterile stamens were there. Total stamens are 10, and the filaments are unequal in length, and the posterior 3 stamens were highly reduced to staminodes. Staminodes are the sterile stamens. They do not produce pollen grains. Okay. And these stamens, all these stamens, they are free. Hence, they are described as polyandrous condition in taxonomy. How is the attachment of the anther to the filament? Means what? The filament is the stalk of the stamen, and anther is the pollen grain producing part of the stamen. Okay. The anther is attached to the filament by basal region. Hence, the attachment of the anther is basifixed. This is taxonomically it is described as basifixed anther. Okay. Anther is introrse. Introrse anther means the face of the anther is toward the central axis of the flower. Okay. It is the diathecous anther, and the anther is abortive. Okay. And filaments are variable in length. Next. This is the enlarged photograph of gynoecium of Cassia tora, and it is female part of the flower. Gynoecium consists of ovary, style and stigma, and position of ovary is superior. Already we have discussed in flower. And in how many carpels are present in the ovary? In the ovary of the Cassia tora, only one carpel is there. If one carpel is there, it is described as monocarpellary ovary. And how many locules are there? Only one locule, unilocular, with many ovules in each locule. Okay. Stigma. What is stigma? Stigma is hairy. It is situated at the top of the style and it is terminal. Always it is terminal. Okay. Stigma is hairy and terminal. Style is short and curved. Style is short and slightly curved at the top. Okay. Bent. Okay. Placentation. Placentation, attachment of the ovule. How is the attachment of ovule? That is marginal. Marginal attachment. Okay. Marginal placentation is there. And stigma is hairy, already discussed, and it is terminal. Always it is terminal in all plants. Okay. This is also important, and style is short. Okay. Next. This is the fruit of Cassia tora. It is a very long and a legume type of fruit. This type of fruit is called a legume type of fruit. It is a simple dry dehiscent fruit which is developed from a unicarpillary ovary. Fruit dehiscing by two lines or suture. The dehiscing line is also termed as suture, S-U-T-U-R-E-S, sutures, and these fruits are also known as called as pods. After drying, fruits split open longitudinally into two valves and all the seeds are released. Okay, next. The seeds of this plant, they are barrel shaped, brown in color, yellowish brown in color, light brown in color, and they are somewhat barrel shaped seeds. Okay, next. Seeds are also medicinally important. The plant is medicinally important plant. Several types of traditional medicines are prepared from this plant Cassia tora, member of family Cisalpinaceae. Next. Thank you very much. Save trees, save earth.